in Carrickfergus, only for nights in Ballygrand. I would swim over the deepest ocean, only for nights in Ballygrand. But the sea is wide, and I cannot swim over, and neither have I wings to fly. I wish I could meet me a handsome boatman to carry me over to my love and so I spend my days in endless roving. Soft is the grass, my bed is free. Oh, to be home now in Carrickfergus, on the long road down to the salty sea. I spent it in good company, and all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit to memory now I can dream.
Good afternoon, friends. Thank you so much for being here today. And I also want to acknowledge those who are watching us online. We're so glad you have been able to join us from where you are in that format. And thank you, Jim, for being upstairs and making that happen for us. I'm Reverend Robin Reiter, the senior minister here at Unity of Venice, and it's my honor to officiate this service today. And before I started, I wanted to share with you that I know those of you, most of you will probably get a smile and a giggle out of this, that this entire service was completely set up, organized, and designed by Adrian. All of the readings, all of the songs, the order of service. There was a famous red folder that was in the possession of her daughters that was handed off to me that had absolutely every piece of this pre-planned. So I see some of my colleagues smile at that, and it's not surprising, and it's a great gift as a minister to just know that we are 100% honoring her intentions and her wishes and exactly how she wanted this day to unfold. And so we're here together to celebrate the extraordinary life of Reverend Adrian Dorfman. And we hope that from this point forward, we don't see her in a limited form, limited to this human life and this finite space. We see her as this infinite, expansive being of light, connected in God's love and presence, and now everywhere present. And so we are here today to mourn, but we're also here to celebrate. We're not here because Adrian died. We're here to honor and celebrate the life that she lived. That is our purpose here today. So we're going to do that in her way and according to her wishes. And whenever we gather for times like this, there's always it always brings to mind the questions about death and what is this thing that we call death and what does it mean. And she knew just as well as anyone that we teach in Unity that death is not an ending, that it is a transition. It is a step into a new phase of her soul's journey, that she is ongoing and infinite, unchanging as the light of God. And Scripture says in God's house, how many rooms and mansions must there be? So she's moved into another one of those rooms to express in a new way. And I feel certain that 93 years ago in Bronxville, New York, that there was a great celebration that welcomed Adrian as she came into this earth body and this life expression. And I also believe that there has already been another great celebration just like that, where she has been welcomed with open arms into the new phase of her journey. And I'm sure she shared this in her career, has heard this. It is a Unity favorite, but it speaks so beautifully of this idea that death is not an ending, it is a transition and a new beginning. And it is a poem called There Is No Death. I'm standing upon the seashore, and a ship at my side spreads her white sails in the morning breeze and starts for the blue ocean. She is an object of beauty and strength, and I stand and watch her at length until she is just a speck of white cloud where the sea and the sky come to mingle. And then someone at my side says, "There, she's gone." Gone where? Gone from my sight, that is all. She is just as large in mast and hull and spar as she was when she left my side, and just as able to bear her load of living weight to her destined harbor. Her diminished size is in me, not in her. And just at the moment when someone by my side says, "There, she's gone," there are other eyes watching her coming, and other voices ready to take up the glad shout, "Here she comes." And that, dear friends, is dying. So we have a couple of special songs that Adrian chose that our beautiful team is going to share with you now.
As we come around to take our places at the table, moment to remember and reflect upon your wealth. Here's to loving friends and family, here's to being able together here together in good company and health. May we be released from all those feelings that would harm us. May we have the will to give them up and get them gone. For heavy are the satchels full of anger and false promise. May we have the strength to put them down. And may the light of love be shining deep within your spirit. May the torch of mercy clear the pain and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound that everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day. And may we wish the best for everyone that we encounter. May we swallow pride and may we do away with fear. It's only what we do not know that we have grown afraid of. Only what we do not choose to hear. And may the light of love be shining deep within your spirit. May the torch of mercy clear the path and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound that everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day. May we bless our daily bread and drink our day's libation. May we be reminded of the lost and wayward soul, hungry and the homeless that we have in every nation. May we fill each empty cup and bowl. May nothing ever come between, threaten or divide us. May we never take for granted all the gifts that we receive. Blessing, never minded of the unseen hands that guide us, the miracles that cause us to believe. May the light of love be shining deep within your spirit. May the torch of mercy clear the path and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound that everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day. May the horn of plenty sound that everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you. May the light of love be with you. May the light of love be with you every day.
This is my song, O God of all the nations, a song of peace for lands afar and mine. This is my home, the country where my heart is. Here are my This is my prayer, O Lord of all earth's kingdoms. Thy kingdom come, on earth thy will be done. Let Christ be lifted up till all shall serve him, and hearts united learn to live as one. So hear my prayer, O God of all the nations. Myself I give thee, let thy will be done.
Thank you. Beautiful choices, beautiful choices. So in that famous red folder, there was a poem by a woman named Jean Smith, and it was captioned A's Credo. So it was what Adrienne lived her life by. And she had a handwritten note on that piece of paper, knowing that she wanted this read today. And the note said, "This reading is for each friend and family member with love." So these are the words she wants you to hear from her. I have not come into your life to challenge your goals, but rather to help you reach them. Nor have I come to discourage your dreams, but rather to see them made real. I have not come into your life to steal aloneness, but rather to take away loneliness. Nor have I come to change you, but rather to discover who you are. I have not come into your life to detain you, but rather to walk along with you. Nor have I come to win your love, but rather to share some of mine. A beautiful work that was truly an embodiment of who she was and how she showed up in this world. And so now I would like to invite her niece to come forward and sing a song of Adrienne's choosing.
Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart. Not be all else to me, save that thou art. Thou my Messiah by day or by night, waking or sleeping, thy presence the light. Be now thy wisdom and thou my true word. I ever with thee and thou with me, Lord. Thou my great Father, thine own may I be. Thou in me dwelling, and I one with thee. My King of heaven, my victory won, may I reach heaven's joys, O bright heaven's sun. Heart of my own heart, whatever befall, still be my vision, O ruler of all.
Thank you, Carolyn. Beautiful job. So this is the time in the service when we take the opportunity to remember Adrienne, to honor and remember the wonderful life that she lived and how she touched each of us. And so we're going to begin with the words from her daughter. So I'm going to invite Margot to come forward and share her thoughts.
Mom, or as she would jokingly refer to herself, the Queen Mom, was my role model. She taught me to always leave a place better than you found it, to take initiative when you see something that needs to be done. Don't wait for someone to ask, just do it. And during a time in my life where protests for equal rights were prevalent, for people of color and for women, color doesn't matter, and as a woman, I could do anything I wanted to do. Mom was a doer. While women marched, Mom went back and got her Master's of Library Science and became the director of Northborough Library, at the time a man's job. I watched as she continued to grow and follow her many passions, which ultimately led her to become a Unity minister to, in her words, encourage, support, and coach those who seek spiritual, personal, and professional growth, and support community building and transformational communication. Mom, you had a great run. Thank you for everything, and say hi to Dad.
Thank you, Margot. And I have the honor of sharing the thoughts and the words from her other two daughters that they've given to me. First from Jania, who I believe is watching us online. No words can explain how much I miss my mom and what she gave me. More than anything, Mom gave me unconditional love, and her patience and faith in me gave me the strength to evolve and be the person that I am today. Now my shoulders are gone. One shoulder was Dad, and the other one was Mom. But I know that they are both guiding me every day until I see them again. Thank you, Mom. I am grateful that you were my mother here on earth. I love you and miss you, your middle daughter, Jania. And from Jane, who's here with us. My mom championed her daughters and her extra daughters, our spouses and children, her friends, women's rights, children, animals, and the environment. She tidied up, built communities, and ministered wherever she went. She believed in joy. Her favorite job was officiating weddings, and she performed her last one when she was 90. That's some goals, gals, my fellow colleagues. That's some goals. She loved Christmas. For some reason, I've been thinking about the stockings. You all knew Adrienne, but did you know that she knitted stockings for each and every one of her kids, nieces and nephews, their spouses, and their kids? She made the same pattern for about 60 years, over 50 of them in all, each one personalized with a name at the top, Santa Claus with a soft white beard and a bell on his hat. If you said it looked like a lot of work, she would assure you that it was a lot of joy. Mom always expressed her gratitude for the little things as well as the big ones. Late in her life, she often talked about what a good life that she had had. She was grateful for her family and her education, her marriage and kids, her profession, the travel she was able to do, her health, and her many friendships. She was especially grateful for all the helpers. Despite life's inevitable setbacks and disappointments, she always chose to look for the bright side and choose gratitude. I'm grateful to all of you who have come today in person and online to show your love for her. Everyone here had a different role in her life, and I know she appreciated and was grateful to know and love each of you. Many thanks for being here. From Jane. Thank you. So we have an opportunity now for some of the rest of you. If you might want to share with us a sweet memory, a funny story, a little remembrance of Adrienne and how she touched you, if you would like to share. I'm just going to ask you to come to that microphone there, because that will make sure our online folks can hear what you'd like to say. So the floor is open. If you have just a thought or remembrance of how she touched you, I just invite you to pop a hand up or just come on forward if you'd like to. Please, thank you. And introduce yourself, if you will.
Hi, I'm Laura Dorfman. I'm Aunt. She was my aunt. And she was such an inspiration to me. She was always willing to try something new, reach out and keep going, and always inspired me to keep trying, and is always supportive of us and all of what we did. So she will be missed, and she was well appreciated. So.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Who else would like to share? Yes, please. Thank you.
My name is Leslie, and I was Adrienne's caretaker. And in 2016, I was sent by visiting angels to work with Lee and Adrienne. And when we met, when Adrienne and I met, it was an instant, like, I just wanted to be with her. I was sent to her for 2 weeks. Someone was on vacation. And after the 2 weeks, I was like, oh, you know, I have to leave this awesome, incredible woman. And also her husband, Lee, he was amazing. And so I left, and I was sitting outside a Unity church about a week later, and I was praying to God, and I said, you know, I know it's kind of selfish that I'm asking to be with Adrienne. Because, you know, it's not really up to me what happens in life sometimes. So I said, God, you know my needs. You know the other people's needs. You know, my visiting angel people will put me somewhere. You know, put me where you feel I should be. And I stopped. I was sitting in the parking lot in Northport, and the phone rang. And, hello, yes, it's Leslie from Visiting Angels. We've made some changes, and you're going to go work with the Dorfmans. And I was like, thank you, you know, it was so awesome. And so I worked with Lee and Adrienne both for a few years, and then we had a little break, and then Jane had reached out and asked me to come back, and I worked with Adrienne off and on for another, I don't know, I think it was 7 years total that we were together, and, you know, she always called me her angel, and I don't believe that to be true at all. She was my angel. She was my spiritual guide. I mean, who goes to work and you know, reads the daily word? You know, I guess you guys do, but, you know, it's not common. So, you know, I just had, I met her wonderful family and each of her children. I look and see such different human beings. All went the way that their mom said, go and do what you want. And they're all beautiful, their spouses, and, you know, I'm so grateful. I have, you know, in my room, I have my daily word that keeps coming from someone. I'm sure Adrienne had it set up, or God's doing his work, or whatever. And she gave me a ceramic angel, and, you know, I have that. Next, she's with me all the time, and I love her so much. She was such a godsend. Funny, smart, you know, we were friends, we were spiritual companions. I mean, it just went to every aspect of my life got better because of her. And for that, I will be forever grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. Who else would like to share, please?
Hello, everyone. My name's David. I'm married to Jane. And you heard Jane and Leslie and others talk about Adrienne's gratitude. And she was a role model and inspiration to me, and in particular in this area of gratitude. So I have a short story. When she was 90, we had been talking about taking her to Ireland one last time. And by this point, she had taken a spill and her mobility was going down. And we were like, I don't know. And I was like, no, we got to do it. And so we go. And to me, it was a bit of a mess. The plane ride was tough and more on Jane than me. And we got there, and then she had a spill in the tub when it wasn't full of water, unintentionally. And so Jane and Adrian got to spend 24 hours at the Irish hospital system. But we also did a lot of fun things. We drove around, we saw the country, we had some nice meals, listened to music. We went up to see the Mountains of Mourne, inspired by a painting that she had in her apartment. And anyway, and I was thinking, I don't know. It seems not to be going so well. We got home, and so the next week we went to see her, and I was like, kind of like, well, what'd you think of the trip? Oh, it was amazing, and I was so grateful. Like, well, what about I'm sure she remembered them, but she didn't remember them. It was not something she focused on, and she just talked about how grateful she was to be able to make that trip to Ireland. And so thank you for teaching me about that.
Thank you, David. Yes, please, thank you.
I'm Annadelle Jackson, a cousin of A's, and I grew up knowing A as a little girl. Our parents would come to play bridge at my house, and A and I were assigned to clean up and do the dishes and dry them. But then we got a little older, and we wanted to hear what Mom and Dad and Jack and Margaret were talking about. So we'd sit up at the top of the stairs with pillows and laugh so they wouldn't hear us. But we had the best time. A and I had wonderful girlhood memories, and I will never forget A. And now, the last few years of our life, we got to be together in an area like Sarasota, and she guided us into all sorts of fun things. Thank you, Adrian.
Thank you. Wonderful. Who else might like to share a thought or remembrance? Virginia, thank you.
My name is Virginia Walsh, and I'm a Unity minister. And Adrian was the chaplain for our class, our seminary class. And we had the joy of working with her. And I remember feeling very challenged. Could I live up to being a minister and follow the calling that I'd heard? And I needed a lot of encouragement, and she gave me a lot of encouragement. And I remember we were assigned to do an activity for the class, and we all had to take turns. And so one of the times I worked with Adrian on a ceremony for the autumn season, I think it was. And anyway, so we, you know how she was into nature and ceremonies, and so we did this program together. And afterwards she said to me, anytime that I could do a workshop or a special event or a retreat activity, I would love to do that with you, which made me feel great. She was always encouraging us and sharing her wisdom just as she did with you. And I hope that Donna and I and Robin can represent all of those ministers that she ministered to as we went through our training, and all the light that she shared with us, the encouragement, and of course her unlimited joy and that sparkle that she always had. And I'd like to read this short thing, reading that reminds me of that. I give you this one thought to keep. I am not here. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints in the snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken the morning's hush, I am the sweet, swift, uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. I do not stand by my grave and cry, for I am not here. I did not die. And in our time with her, I remember that when any activity had ended, she would say, "We have been together before. We shall be together again." And so it is.
Thank you, Virginia. Would anyone else like to share? We've got time for a couple more. Thank you, Carmen.
I'm Carmen Zappi, also a Unity minister, and I have one up on you guys. Adrian and I were classmates. So we graduated in 1988. We began praying before school even started. And during the years that I had Adrian with me, I was blessed enough to be her prayer partner. We prayed at 8 o'clock on Wednesday mornings for 30 plus years. Almost every week. It was rare that we missed. But what I want to tell you is that this woman walked into my life and became a light, a teacher, a mentor, counselor, prayer partner, coffee buddy. We like to shop together. Loved antique stores. And I was hosted at Harry's house in Independence, Missouri, whenever they had that home. When I'd go back to the area for conferences, I was always invited to stay with Adrian and Lee. She was gracious that way. She also was the one who would host Thanksgiving dinners and other gatherings for those of us that didn't have family around the seminary where we went. And so she and Lee became like my spiritual parents. I'm sorry, guys, but y'all just had to share them. Lee actually walked me down the aisle when I was married, and Adrian officiated at the service. She's walked me through practically every major life event: the birth of grandchildren, the death of a spouse, the one that she helped me get married to. And so I miss her. I know she's okay. I know she's right here, right now, going, "You got it, girl." Every Wednesday morning, whenever she called me, she would say, "Hey, friend, how are you, darling?" And so what I want to tell you today is I'm much, much better for her having been a part of my life. And I remember I don't know if I can quote it exactly, a little phrase from Winnie the Pooh that said, "How lucky am I to have something," and I say someone, "that I should miss so much." Thank you.
Thank you, Carmen. Would anyone else like to share? Well, I'll just finish this piece. I didn't get a chance to know Lee and Adrian too well before they stopped coming here, but they were deeply connected to my mom, Reverend Patricia Ryder, who was the minister before me, and they were part of this congregation for a number of years in their retirement. And I had learned from the girls that Adrian's favorite color was purple, and just before I came out, I have a little rack in my office that has my stoles and I looked for the right one, and kind of hidden behind others, I saw a little glimmer of purple and pulled this one out. And this is actually one that belonged to my mother, and is adorned with the rose, which was my mother's sacred symbol of her connection to Jesus. And so she's here, and of course they're probably having a good old time together in this now moment in that realm of spirit. So they were a blessing to one another, and I know she was able to officiate your father's service. So I feel a full circle moment that I am here and having the honor to officiate your mom's. So we're grateful for that. So this next song that Adrian chose, that the team is going to do, is so beautifully appropriate for the life that she lived, and I see it having been true for her journey on earth and being also ever so true right now in the company of angels.
I am at home.
I am at home.
At home in heaven. I am at home.
I am at home.
At home in heaven. I am in the company of angels, of angels, of angels. I am in the company of angels, angels everywhere. I am in the company of angels, of angels, of angels. I am in the company of angels, angels everywhere. Beings of light, truth and grace, glowing with love on every face. I am in the company of angels, angels everywhere. I am in the company of angels, of angels, of angels. I am in the company of angels, angels everywhere. Beings of light and truth and grace, glowing with love on every face. I am in the company of angels, angels everywhere, everywhere.
Thank you. Thank you, Adrian, for bringing that Unity classic back across my radar. I had forgotten about that one, but it's a beloved song. So before we close our service, I want to take just a moment for the opportunity for a little bit of healing and closure. You know, some of you may have had a chance to say a proper goodbye to Adrian, and some of you may not have. And I believe that no one passes beyond the power of prayer. And so you'll have this opportunity now to share a silent heart blessing with her. So if you're comfortable, I invite you to just close your eyes a moment and picture Adrian. Just get an image of her in your mind and see her right there in front of you. And know that in the realm of spirit, she is right there in front of you. And so I just offer you in the silence of your heart to just share what's on your heart with her. What would you like her to know or hear? Offer a blessing or words of love. Just do that silently now and know that her spirit is hearing every word that comes from your silent heart. Our beloved sweet Adrian, as you are in this ongoing journey of spirit, we now enfold you with our beautiful unity prayer for protection. And we know, here, now, and always, the light of God surrounds you, the love of God enfolds you, the power of God protects you, the presence of God watches over you. And wherever you are, Adrian, God is, and all is well. Amen. In your program, there is an Irish blessing that, again, was one of her choices to be part of the closing of this service. I will tell you before we share this blessing together that you are invited to join the family for a reception in our Unity Love and Light Center. You just simply head straight down the hall. There's refreshments, and as is an iconic Irish tradition, there will be a toast. So we hope that the family hopes you will join us for that. And so I just invite you to join me in affirming this Irish blessing to Adrian now as she is journeying on. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, the rains fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Blessings, dear one. We see you as light. Namaste. Thank you all for being here. Please join us for refreshments.